Hey everybody, this is Danny Jr. and welcome to another episode. And on this episode, we're going to talk about immediate gratification. Do you suffer from that? Maybe this is the litmus test. If I were to offer you $100 and I said I would give it to you right now, would you take it? Or would you take this offer? If I said I'm not going to give you $100 right now, but I'm going to give you $1,000 in the next 12 months, which offer would you take? Now, if you decide that I would take the immediate offer, right, I need $100 right now, I know what I can do with that. You may be suffering from the need for immediate gratification. Now, what do I mean about this specifically? What I mean specifically is that some people are more eager to enjoy right now, this moment, knowing that if they delayed that immediate enjoyment, there is a potential for a greater reward at the end. You remember those kids, right? The kids in school who were the troublemakers, the ones who were pretty popular, right? I mean, they got expelled or they got suspended. You know, they were the people who, well, you know, they were popular. People knew them. They, you know, kind of cut class every now and then, but people thought they were cool, right? Got in fights every now and then, but people liked them, right? They were cool people. But on the flip side, you know, the same kids, right, who always used to go to school on time. They would go to class on time. They would be all quiet. They would be very attentive, listening to the instructor tell them about a lesson that they needed to know. They would get good grades, right? So they weren't necessarily popular, but they did what they had to do, right? The kids who were the ones who were popular oftentimes were the ones who they needed that enjoyment, that fulfillment right now, were the kids who weren't necessarily popular, who got the good grades. They were willing to sacrifice the enjoyment that they probably could have had by acting a fool, because they knew down the line they would seek such a greater benefit in their lives. And so they were willing to suffer. They weren't willing to go crazy just to be known and popular, get all the girls or get all the guys. They were willing to tarry because they knew down the line what they were doing at that moment in time was going to benefit them down the line. Where the person who cut up, they was like, man, I'm finna live life right now, YOLO, right? And so now you probably find that the kids who were the most popular are the ones who are suffering the most now, while the ones who were less popular, the ones who are hiring the kids who were popular back then. It's how it works. And the reason is that the kids who were popular oftentimes were the ones who didn't know how to delay immediate gratification, right? They needed that popularity. They needed that attraction right now. They had to have it right now. They didn't see down the line. They didn't have a vision of the future that they were willing to suffer now because they knew down the line something was going to be greater. And what I'm telling you is you have to have that attitude. You have to have that attitude that says that, you know what, there is something great that I want down the future. So right now, I can't watch my favorite television show every single day. I can't watch reruns. I can't sit and keep on watching all the NBA and NFL games. I can't watch that all the time. I can't keep on playing all these video games. Why? Because I know that if the time that I'm using to do that could be the same time that I'm using to be productive, so that I can have this greater reward at the end. And you have to remove yourself of needing immediate gratification every single time. This is where your abundance comes from. This is the difference between those who succeed and achieve goals. Yeah, the ones who you see on television all the time, they aren't these this upfront miraculous, successful people. They were grinding while we were sleeping. They were grinding when you were sleeping. And so what I'm trying to tell you right now is that in order for you to really see the life of your dreams, you're going to have to suffer in the near term to seek a greater reward in the distance. And so the message I want to leave to you right now is what can you do right now? What can you do right now that will help you remove yourself from needing immediate gratification? What can you remove from your life right now that you know you don't need, or you know you can replace it with something that's more productive? Find out what that is and get started. And I guarantee you that if you get to that place, if you remove the need for immediate gratification, your life will take you places that you never imagined, and dreams that you only slept to see. You will open your eyes and realize that they're a reality. Take care.